Welcome everybody. My name is Gilbert Saumara, CTO of Sherry, and today I'm going to show you how to debug your trigger, how to make sure that you are in the right path when you are developing your Sherry mini app. We just finished our mini-thon. We are giving away 8K in prizes. We got 25 projects submitted. It's already done. It's no longer in process, let's say. We have 2 weeks to review the projects, and we'll announce the winners within the next 2 weeks. And I'm doing this video, recording this video, because we recorded 2 videos, one in Spanish and one in English, explaining a few things: how to develop your mini app, how to debug your mini app, how to make sure that you are in the right path when you are developing your trigger. But even though we did that, we got some questions in our Discord asking how you guys can debug your mini app. So that's why I decided to record this video, and I'm going to record more videos explaining a few things about Sherry, about triggers, and many more things. So one of the things that I want to explain to you is how you can debug your mini app, how you can do it. So let's say that you went to the documentation. So first of all, you have to go to the docs to make sure that you know how to develop a mini app. So what we are talking about, we have an SDK. The SDK allows you to develop a mini app by following some structure. So in order to understand that, you go to docs.sherry.social. So here you have the Sherry SDK. So then you start to understand a little bit about actions, about the metadata, about the definition, and so on. So here's a small example of how to develop a mini app. I'm going to leave the videos in Spanish and in English in the description, so you can learn how to develop a mini app from scratch. But you can also do it by following the documentation. But this is not, but teach you how to develop a mini app is not the scope of this video. So let's say that you already know how to develop a mini app. So okay, you went through the documentation, etc. So let's say now let's go to the diagram. Let's say that you are a developer. Okay, you are a developer, you have a mustache, and you already know how to define the metadata. So your metadata is going to look like this. Some metadata. So you're going to have a URL, icon, title, description, actions, so some actions. So go to the docs if you want to learn more about the actions we have available. So once you have the metadata, okay, you want to test it out. You want to make sure that the structure of the metadata is right. So what you can do then? So then you can come to playground.sherry.social or app.sherry.social. Both will lead you to the same web page. So you can click here on the debugger. So this is the debugger. So this is going to tell you basically if the definition of the metadata is right, and if you have some errors in your definition, it's going to tell you where the error is. I just want to say that this is under development. As you can see here, some beta. This feature is in development and may change. You can report a bug if you want. There will be more features supported very soon. But for the mini-thon and for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to show you the functionality that is working so far. So here you have 2 options. You can paste the JSON, which is the JSON that I was showing you here, the definition of the metadata, or the definition, let's say. So let's go back to the web page. You can load it from an URL as well. I'm going to show you that later. So let's say that you have the metadata here. Okay, let's say that you already did it. So I'm going to load an example here. So this is an example that we have, a valid example. And as you can see, we have here on the right side, we have some validation results. So real-time feedback on your metadata structure. So successful validation, it validated the properties required for your trigger. So the basic structure, the base URL, here's giving you a warning. This is basically because this is one type of action that doesn't require to have a base URL. That's why. And then it's saying that the actions are right, also the parameters are right. So, and then we have some detected information. So we have 2 actions here, 2 transfer actions. If you want to learn about the actions we are supporting, you can go to the docs as well. So that's it. And then I can click on validate metadata. And as I said before, here we have this section endpoints, simulator, and flow that are currently not supported, but will be in the future. Again, the scope of this video is showing you how you can basically validate the structure of your metadata. So when you are in the development process, this is one of the things you want to do for sure. So if I change this, let's say that I change the label of one of the actions. So it's going to say here that invalid action, unknown action type for action with label, and blah, 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 something like that. So let me go back and do this, and the validation is right again. And let's say that I change the to property, I remove it, and again I have the, and then I have the error here. So we're trying to show you as much information as we can, depending on the, let's say, the error you are making. This is intentional, but sometimes you can forget to add some property, and that's totally right. That's why we are providing this tool. Okay, let's say that. And now, probably you want to test your mini app. You want to make sure that it looks like how you expected, that it's working as you expected. So let's go back to the diagram. And as I said before, once you have the metadata, you can go to playground.sherry.social, and you can validate if there is an error or the definition of the metadata is right. So we already did that. So it's working as we expected, and that's totally right. So let me go back. Now let me scroll down a little bit. And here we have another process. So again, you are the developer, you have the metadata, and now in order to test your mini app, your trigger, you have to host your metadata somewhere. It could be on a CDN, and a storage, or if it's your mini app requires a more dynamic way to. So how you can do this? So let me go back to home, and here I have a mini app that I already hosted on Vercel. Actually, it's the one that I did for the video that I mentioned to you. So let me copy the URL, and this has to be deployed somewhere. This has to be on the internet, because otherwise this is not going to work. Let me tell you why, because this is a website, and if you write down here localhost and you're running your mini app on your localhost, there is no way for the website to connect to your localhost, because if you basically tell the website connect to the localhost, it's going to try to connect to the server itself. So once you have the URL, let me paste it here. Let me click on submit, and this is going to show you how your mini app looks like. So again, the previous step, the debugger, was to make sure that the definition of the metadata was right. And this other step that I'm showing you is a way to validate that your metadata looks like as you want to look like, and the functionality is working as you wish. So let me click on start. I'm already connected. So this is a mini app that is going to send a message to the blockchain. So let me click on store message. It's waiting for the transaction. And as you probably, I'm gonna check if this is being recorded or not. It's being shown on the video, but I have to confirm a transaction. So I know that it's working as I wanted. So now I'm totally sure that my mini app is working, that I'm in the right path. And if you want, you can go to the debugger as well, and you can load from URL here and paste the URL. Click on fetch, and this is going to validate your metadata as well once it's hosted. So these are the two ways that you can test your metadata once you are just in the development process and you only have the JSON. You can copy and paste it here on the debugger. And the other one is when you already hosted your mini app and you want to work the functionalities, the different actions. So I hope you understood what I explained here. If you have more questions, write them down below. Click on subscribe. Any doubts, let me know, and see you soon.